personally. I know the husband personally also. I may not say much about the husband, but I know there are issues in the marriage. Something like brutality can be denied. Something like beating can be denied. All of these abuses cannot be denied, because if you meet Osinachi, each time I met her, she lives in fear, literally. I knew them through Peter Nwachukwu Outreach Minister at Abuja, Nigeria, several years ago. That woman is the lead vocalist in Glorious Singers. That's a cappella group. In a cappella group, she is the lead vocalist in that group. So to have lost her is a pain in my heart up till now. But some are saying, why would he remain in the marriage? For God's sake. I don't know how to say this. Everybody in life has his own way of being led. He has his own way of lifestyle. I remember my own life. Some other person would have walked away, but she chose to see whether she can fix the marriage. That she died in the marriage. There are many others who are being beaten who have not died. Are you following what I'm saying here? But is it good for a man to beat his wife? No. Any man who beats his wife is a beast. I've lived with a woman for 90. I don't even beat any woman, let alone beating a wife. I don't beat any woman. My daughters, when they grow to a certain age, I stop beating them. Because if you beat a woman, you can kill the woman. Anybody who can beat a woman can kill the woman. So don't get involved in beating. If you are beating your wife, trust me, you are nothing but you were once a child. You grew into a human being, but you're now a beast, and God will deal with you. Anybody who beats his wife, I lay a curse on you in the name of Jesus Christ. That's the worst you can ever do in life. If you don't want her again, send her home. Don't beat her. Now, but at the same time, if you discover you are being beaten, I encourage you, in as much as we don't encourage divorce, the much you can do to retain your marriage. When your life becomes threatened, my sister, walk away from the marriage and be alive than to remain married and go to early grave. That's not good. You are a human being. You know when things get tough. Number two, when it becomes too tough, you don't know what to do, seek for counseling. Because sometimes it is good to keep your marriage, don't open up your marriage. But when the thing becomes so continuously happening that you know that it's now becoming almost above you, open up to your pastor. Some people say that Pastor Nenche knows about it. It's not true. I spoke with the Nenche and his wife personally, not him, on this matter. They came back from Cameroon and they were hearing the stories for the first time. If you listen to a Nenche over time, he has said things like this. He walk away from the mother and allow it. But you know, these haters of the church, who hate the church with every passion, anything that happens, they find a way of turning it against pastors. Pastor Enenche, I know, is such a disciplined, gentle, and a man who is so full of integrity and he loves the church. And Pastor Enenche loves that woman's ministry. Meanwhile, Pastor Enenche brought that woman to limelight. Wouldn't have known this thing, but they have done it now that the church asked her not to go. Nobody asked her not to go. I remember that when Osinachi Nwachukwu came to Onitsha here, the husband behaved in certain ways. We wanted to react. She was begging us not to react, to keep. Ask Charles, we were there. She was begging, that's her life. She was protecting the man. She never told anybody. She didn't even know Kachukwu Nicholas, who is a father to her, never knew any of these things, who sponsored their wedding. So nobody should hang it on Pastor Nenche. No, if he knew, he will. In fact, if he knew, Nwachukwu Peter will have stopped beating that woman. And Nenche will deal with that man. A word will cripple him. Do you know Nenche and how anointed he is? So I warn you guys who go around trying to bring cases on the church, stop doing these things so you don't die prematurely. These men are celestial men. Don't just open your mouth and say anything you want to say. Meanwhile, we have lost our sister, Osinachi Nwachukwu. Let us rise up for 1 minute and observe silence for that beautiful woman. She came here and ministered to us and blessed us in our church here a few days ago. Even coming around here. I met her in January. In December last year, I was telling my wife and those who were with me that this woman is suffering. I prayed for her and said, may God help her. Our mom is not here now. In Nanka, I never knew she was. Now, however, she might have died of anything, but whatever she died with, it's not just an immediate cause of her death. There is also a remote cause that what was beaten that brought about that whatever happens. But we, as you know, we're just so unhappy and so sad that we lost her. So 1 minute of silence. May her gentle soul rest in peace in the name of Jesus Christ. Sit down. See what you've done for me. See how you've set me free. You are